Hello. Hello. Roger. Check, check. 1, 2, 3. Copy that. Over and out. How does this audio sound? Good? Bad? Ugly? I mean, I have no idea. You guys are the only ones that can hear it. But what I do know is we can take it from how it sounds right now, and in a matter of minutes, we can have it sounding like this. Hey, what's up everyone? My name's Josh Winiarski, and I'm a photographer and filmmaker here on YouTube as well as Instagram, and today we're going to be talking about amping up the quality of your videos by improving the audio. Audio is important, we all know this, but it's something that often gets neglected, so without further ado, let's jump right into it. So let's say this is you. Now, you've been making videos for a while now, and you just went out and bought your first microphone. So you slap that bad boy on, set it up on your camera, and your audio sounds mildly better. And you're like, huh, well okay, and call it a day. Well, if this sounds like you, or chances are no matter what microphone you're using, you're actually not getting the most out of it. So today we're going to be going over a couple of quick beginner tips to getting more out of your microphone. So the first thing we want to do is we want to reduce or remove as much of the reverb or echo in the room as we possibly can. So I'm filming in my bedroom right now, and it doesn't have terrible acoustics. I've done a little bit of work, but I think we can make it better. So depending on where you're filming, this could either be a huge problem for you, or it might be completely non-existent. As a general rule, big open rooms with lots of hard surfaces are bad. They're just bouncing the sound all around, and it hits the microphone at different times and gives you that echo sound. On the other hand, having more stuff, and more specifically softer stuff, is going to diffuse that sound a little bit. It's going to dampen it when it hits it, and it's not going to reflect so many times around your room, and it's going to get rid of that echo sound in your videos. So personally, some things I've done is I've got acoustic foam right there on the wall behind me. On top of that, I actually put curtains in my room, so essentially I'm covering an entire wall in fabric, which were both really good steps in reducing echo in my room. But believe it or not, there's a lot of simple things we can do to make it even better. Now, you can go on Amazon, you could buy some acoustic foam like me, or you could buy some acoustic blankets. There's a lot of solutions. If you just have some old blankets lying around the house, or heck, they don't even have to be old, we're not going to destroy them, you can actually make a big difference. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take 3 blankets. I'm going to cover the big mirror on my dresser. I'm going to cover one of my dressers. Then I'm actually going to drape one over the closet doors. All of these are hard surfaces. They're bouncing that sound around the walls. And just covering these up should make a pretty decent difference. Now, if anyone walks in your room, they're going to think you're making a blanket for it. You might be a little old for that, but hey, it works. So here's what my sound sounds like. Here's what my voice sounds like without any really acoustic treatment. And here's my voice after the treatment. Just got 3 blankets up, and hopefully it sounds a little bit better. Okay, and tip number 2 is we need to get that microphone as close to our mouth as possible. Now, if you have a lav mic, this isn't going to be a big deal, but if you're using a shotgun mic, for instance, I've got the Rode Video Micro on my camera, or even if you're using a desktop mic like a blue snowball, getting that mic as close to your mouth as possible. I mean, we're not trying to eat the mic, but getting it very close is going to make a big difference in your audio quality. So right now, I've got the microphone mounted right on top of my Canon 80D. This is, again, the Rode Video Micro, a pretty decent mic. It attaches right on top of your camera, and you would think that's a pretty reasonable solution. But if you're recording videos like this in a sitting down location, just a talking headshot in my room, I can get that mic a lot closer. I'm not vlogging and I'm not running around. So let's do that real quick. So if I had to guess right now, the mic's probably about 3 feet from my mouth, give or take. So let's see what happens if we can cut that distance in half or even a little bit lower. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take this mic off the top of my camera, and I'm going to use this cold shoe mount. It's like a 1/4 inch threads with just a cold shoe mount on top. You can get them on Amazon for like $5. All it is a little mount for the microphone. We're going to screw it into a cheap tripod. In this case, I'm just using literally like the cheapest tripod on Amazon, which is the Amazon Basics, 50 inch. It's like $15. And just using that as a microphone stand, we can move the mic a lot closer to my mouth. Now, one problem you're going to run into is the cord that comes with the Rode Video Micro, for instance, is not nearly long enough. But you can buy an extension cable for, again, pretty cheap on Amazon, like sub $10. That should do the trick. I'd been using mine for a while. For some reason I can't find it right now, but what I realized is the cable from my headphones actually works just fine. So we're gonna use that. So here are my headphones. I'm just gonna take cord right out. It's about 3 feet long, but that should be totally fine for what we're doing. And bam, we've got the microphone off the camera. So there's 2 big perks to this. One, it should just sound cleaner, crisper, all that good stuff. But also, I don't know if you guys noticed, I realized it about halfway through the video, is that the lens I've been filming on is kind of noisy. So if you could hear it moving back and forth, hunting focus while I'm moving around, you're actually not going to get that anymore if your microphone's far away from your camera. So if you've got a lens like a really noisy 50mm or something along those lines, if you take the microphone off the camera, you can actually use the autofocus for video and you're not going to pick up that noise, or at least not nearly as much as you would if it was mounted right on camera. So again, all we did is take the microphone off the camera and now it's just chilling right here next to me, very close to my mouth, about a foot away, and it should sound a lot better. And tip number 3, which is the last tip we're going to go over today, is how to remove unwanted background noise from your clips while filming. So let's just say right now you're trying to make a video and your annoying neighbor, we'll call him Phil, is mowing his lawn. You know, maybe Phil is whacking some weeds, or he's blowing some leaves, or heck, maybe Phil is actually in your shower right now and it's disrupting your video. I don't know, Phil, but what I do know is we need to do something about that. So the easiest way to deal with unwanted constant noise like that is to get something called room tone. So what we're going to do is we're going to let the mic just roll for 10, 20, I typically like to do 30 seconds. That might be a little longer than some people, it might be a little less, but 30 seconds should typically be pretty good. We're just going to let the mic roll and pick up all the ambient sounds around us. So my background noise I think is okay right now, so what I'm actually going to do is add a little bit of an ambient fan noise, and then let's try and remove it. So let's just say there's some noise in the background and it sounds like this. Okay, so I'm actually editing the video right now, but I realized my first example was absolutely terrible. It wasn't nearly loud enough, so we're gonna redo it. So imagine you're trying to talk and you can hear this sound. Now, this would be a huge pain in the butt, so again, we're gonna get room tone again, which is just letting this sound play by itself for around 30 seconds. Cool, so we've got that, super annoying. Let's see if we can reduce it a little bit. So then once you're in post-production, you can just put that clip in a timeline as you normally would. So I use Premiere Pro, and I'm just gonna place the clip in the timeline. Next thing you wanna do is right-click the clip and hit Edit in Audition. This is gonna open it up in Adobe Audition. Now, if you don't have that, you can actually, instead of putting it in Premiere Pro or whatever your software is first, you can download something free. Like, I know Audacity is something I used for a while before I got on the Adobe bandwagon. So anything like that is gonna have a noise reduction software. Audacity is the free version I'd recommend, but if you're paying for the Adobe suite, I'd just use Audition because it links dynamically with Premiere Pro. Either way, once you've got that clip, you're going to highlight the part that has just the noise you want to remove. So this is where you were gathering room tone. So highlight that part of the clip, go up to Effects, we're going to go Noise Reduction Restoration, we're going to do Capture Noise Print. Then after that, you can either select the part of the audio track you want to remove that noise from, or if you select nothing, it'll just by default select the entire clip. So again, we're going to go up to Effects, Noise Reduction / Restoration, and then we're going to go Noise Reduction Process. And from here, you have a lot of different settings you can tweak to remove the noise and get the sound you want. Now, I'm by no means an audio expert. You can definitely get pretty in depth with the curves and different options that are there, but we're just going to worry about the 2 main sliders for today's video. So what I typically end up doing, this is just a good starting point, is I take my noise reduction to like 90-95%, and then I lower the power to about 10 decibels. Now, this is going to vary drastically on your particular clip. You can crank these sliders, you can do half what I did. You know, it's going to be different depending on your particular audio sample. I'll just play with it and you should get the hang of it. The only thing you want to watch out for is if you crank it too far, or maybe your noise print isn't as good as you'd like, you can actually distort the audio and take out some of the voices, some of the frequencies of people's voice. We don't want to do that. So I'd recommend just starting around 95%, -10 decibels, and adjust it as needed. What's most important is we're just trying to improve the audio quality. Well, you know, we're not going to get it perfect every time. But again, we can take that annoying clip with, you know, Phil doing whatever he's doing, and with just a little bit of tweaking, we can reduce that noise and turn it into this. Cool, so we've got that. Super annoying. Let's see if we can reduce it a little bit. Cool, so we've got that. Super annoying. Let's see if we can reduce it a little bit. And that's it for me. These are just some super basic tips to increase the audio quality of your videos. Again, I'm by no means an expert, but as a videographer, as a filmmaker, having good sound is super important. Having bad sound can really it can make a video hard to listen to depending on how bad it is. But hopefully these tips helped you out, and afterwards you'll be making higher quality videos. If you have any other tips you think would be really useful for beginners to know, feel free to drop them down in the comment section down below. And as always, if you liked the video, be sure to like it. If you have any questions, have any comments, hit up that comment section down below. And if you want to see more videos like this, consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks again for watching. My name's Winiarski. Check me out on Instagram, and I'll see you all in the next one.